Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Assassin's Creed Revelations. For the most part, we've exhausted all the BS. There's no more Animus data things we can collect. There's no more side stories to collect. There's no more buildings to purchase. Everything that's left to be done is going to have to be done in the tiny little city that we haven't even seen yet and won't see till we're at the pretty much end of the game. The way this other city connects to the current city is practically none from what I recall. So what we're going to do is just move forward with the last couple of memories, and there's a Sophia memory here at the headquarters, and get the where's the hideout? Apparently I can't. Oh, there it is. We're getting these keys that are supposed to unlock the vault that maybe has the Apple of Eden in it, which then makes you wonder, what was the apple that we collected elsewise in Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood? The idea, I guess, is that maybe there's more than one apple. We have another book here. And I guess there's one more very expensive book to collect. Also, weapons outfit wise, we have 1.5 more outfits to collect. I want to go ahead and re-equip this axe so I can throw it at somebody.
Honors me.
And one of these weapons almost certainly is an assassin's weapon. Let's see, this is Vlad Tepes' sword, and this is DLC, so this whole stand would not actually exist if that DLC wasn't there. But somewhere around here, there should be an assassin's weapon. And I guess maybe it's Altair's sword. That would make sense.
Always
more than anything else. How we can see a scholar or a informant? Well, we have this sword. That might also be the one we unlocked. There's still quite a lot of weapons to unlock, or perhaps they shouldn't have had these elements on the side, on this side, because it just looks awkward. None of that matters though. Let's load out of this executable and load into the other as we write to Claudia, who we never get to see or hear her voice. They didn't want to pay the voice actor or use the animation. So we're getting more of Altair's life, but this would be everything except for the first memory was something that happened after any point where we saw Altair.
The Templars have retaken their archive on Cyprus. Abbas sent no reinforcements. It was a massacre.
Oh my God.
Maria, when we left Masyaf 10 years ago, this order was strong. But all our progress has been undone.
Abbas must answer for this.
Answer to whom? The assassins obey only his command now.
Resist your desire for revenge, Altair. Speak truth, and they will see their error.
So
He executed our youngest son, Maria. He deserves to die.
Perhaps. But if you cannot win back the
we're
order
getting
by
all the
honorable
story
means,
for
its
Altair
foundation will
that we
crumble.
totally missed. I guess the idea was they had written things for Altair and he was just so
30 years ago, I
unlikable.
let passion overtake my reason. And it caused a rift that has never fully healed.
See, I was thinking they were just going to show his wife pregnant right then and not say that he already had kids, and a boss is now the bad guy.
Speak reasonably,
again.
and reasonable men will listen.
Some will.
Maria
But not Abbas.
Thorpe.
I should have expelled him 30 years ago
Just
when
a
he tried to steal the
character.
apple.
But you earn the respect of the other assassins because you let him stay.
How do you know this? You were not there.
I married a masterful storyteller.
Look at this place. Masyaf is a shadow of its former self.
We have been away for a long time.
But
So
not
here
in
we have
hiding. The Mongol threat
the
demanded our
building.
attention and we rode
Maybe
to meet
it's
it.
bigger,
What man
the
here
trees
can
are
say the
taller,
same?
but for the most part it's
Where
the
is
same.
our eldest son? Does Darim know his brother is dead?
I sent him a message 4 days ago. With luck, it has reached him already.
It seems like I can lock on to
Abbas.
these people.
I almost pity him. He wears his grudge like a cloak.
His wound is deep. It will help him to hear the truth.
Oh, apparently I didn't have
As I
to.
walk these
hold
streets,
down the
I sense
controller.
a great fear in the people. Not love.
Abbas has dismantled this place and robbed it of all joy.
We may be walking to our doom.
We may, but we walk together.
And so that just walked us into this back section, which would be the right location to have another fight. I'm not pushing any controller right now, by the way. Like, all of this is just automated. Here I can move the camera. But... So, Altair left the Assassin's Guild in Mysef under his Abbas's control. And he ran it into the ground.
Let them speak.
We seek the truth about our son's death. Why was Seth killed?
Is it the truth you want? Or an excuse for revenge?
If the truth gives us an excuse, we will act on it.
Surrender the apple, Altair, and I will tell you why your son was put to death.
Ah, the truth is out already. Abbas wants the apple for himself, not to open your minds, but to control them.
You have held that artifact for 30 years, Altair, reveling in its power and hoarding its secrets. It has corrupted you.
Has it?
Very well, Abbas. Take it.
What?
Before I executed your son, I told him you ordered it yourself. He died, believing you had betrayed him.
Altair! Altair! No!
So he got his wife killed on accident using the apple.
Strength. Altair.
So Altair eventually did get corrupted by
He is
the apple.
possessed! Kill him! Take the apple, now!
And so it seems like we're going to use the apple. Escape Mysef by any means. Apparently I have to. So any means doesn't apparently include jumping off this section. And we've just got assassins everywhere. But I guess I can't run up there. Honestly, though, Assassin's Creed 1 kind of told Altair's story. I didn't feel like we needed more, and this turn of events just introduces Abbas as an enemy that we just don't have enough time to learn to hate. And now we're escaping the village. So 30 years happened, and in that time their relationship became even worse. The story here, I suppose, is that power corrupts. I guess, in a weird way, the story
Father,
is also
I got your message.
that
What has happened?
Rome
Let him! Turn back!
and the
They all
assassins.
gone mad?
We have to go. Abbas must not get his hands on the apple.
If you need more knives, take them. Above you.
Did he just throw a bunch of knives? Alright, well.
Where is Mother?
She's gone,
So we're
Daddy.
just gonna
I'm
have
sorry.
to tap throwing knives.
Ahead of us. What? How?
And the idea, as the app is crashing, is, I guess, that they're trying to introduce the next part of this. This will be interesting to see if I have to start all over again. I guess they were trying to introduce a replacement for Altair. Something that... Let me make sure this is actually recording. And... we are still recording. But it hasn't triggered over. I'm having a hard time even making sure I'm recording. My software has updated and it's a little bit harder to tell. Alright. So we'll just skip back into this and see what happens.
Above you.
And let's see if this... Yes, this is working. So we're back.
Where is Mother?
She's gone, Daddy. I'm sorry.
Reduce the distance to the
What?
target.
How?
I guess I'm
Later.
supposed to
First, we fight.
stay near my son.
Ahead of us.
I have 25 knives, so
Brothers,
it's
we
kind of
need not
unlikely
fight.
I would use
Forget
all of
reason,
them.
Nareem. They've been poisoned by lies.
There's a guy just floating in the air. So unfortunately, we can't take the
We
moment
must leave at once.
to pay attention to those glitches.
Hurry!
Where are we going? Like, I'm just following him and he's running around
Watch
in
out!
circles. And it's crashed again. So it seems like Assassin's Creed is intentionally crashing every time it's trying to save in this section. I've played a lot of bad games, and as long as we can kind of muddle through this, it's alright, but it's not acceptable. Like, this isn't a rage quit scenario, although if I couldn't muddle through this, it would be a rage quit scenario. I don't know if this is pathfinding or AI that's been programmed poorly. Like,
We must leave at once.
he is going one direction and then he
Hurry!
gets blocked off and he goes a different direction. So he doesn't want to fight these people.
Watch out!
And apparently I could throw knives at my own son. But it's crashed again. Like every little step forward is causing it to crash. And there's nothing here except for the fact that I'm recording that should be causing it to crash. And I've recorded hundreds of other games and not had issues. And plus we've recorded hours and hours of this game and it hasn't crashed. This is such an unfinished game.
I am not involved. Please ignore me.
Alright. We're getting a little bit further each
We
time.
must leave at once.
So
Hurry!
maybe I should just not run too much. Maybe I should just stay.
Watch out! No!
What can we do? What can we do here? This is a perfect example. Exactly what a great example of why I should stop playing Assassin's Creed games after this one. Forget Assassin's Creed 3 that ends the main first trilogy. Skip over to maybe Black Flag, because that one is actually good. Then skip over from and just completely ignore Syndicate and Unity and any other games that are side quest games. Maybe I'd do the side quest games, but they may very well be buggy too.
We must leave at once! Hurry! Watch out!
It's like these things are just not working. I'm gonna try and
No!
It seems like as soon as he says the audio cue, it fails. Alright, well, it's time for me to try and fix this. So, I'm going to do some research, pause the recording here, and we'll come back when we're at least a little bit past that point. Okay, I'm back. I've looked up the error. The apparent solution to this is to change your affinity on your processors for this program. What does that mean? Well, you hit Control-Alt-Delete, and on the new Fall Creators update, you actually have to hit more details. You find the Assassin's Creed program that would be ASCP or ASC SP for single player.exe. You then right-click that to details to go to details. Then you right-click that to set affinity. However many multi-core cores you have in your processor. So generally, if you have like a 4-core processor, there's actually twice as many threads is what they're called, which makes it look like to Windows you have twice as many CPUs. Basically, you uncheck use all of them and set it to CPU 0. If all of that works, and I've done that, we should be able to now get through this. You are taking what is, for my case, a 6-core, 12-threaded processor down to the equivalent of a relatively fast single-core processor that nobody has made ever at that speed, but also nobody's made a single-core processor in quite a while.
No!
But you notice it didn't crash.
Let them catch us.
Where are we going? Of course, it looks like garbage. Let's not, for a second,
Was it Abbas who killed my brother?
He killed your brother, Malik, and countless others.
He is a madman.
Like,
A
this
madman
is
with an army.
just a slideshow of
One day he will pay.
garbage. And see, it seems like Altair may not even live long enough to get his revenge here. It seems odd that they would trust Assad and with their son, but I guess Altair just took his eye off the ball.
Stay alert.
Let's see. I'm just throwing knives. in this slideshow. And this is just, why am I throwing so many knives? Like, why am I not really playing?
It is time to go!
Is the idea that I'm such an old man that I can't just use my
Was it the
hidden
boss
blade?
who killed my brother?
I will have the apple, Altair, and I will have your head for all the dishonor you brought upon my family.
What
You
did
cannot
Altair
run
do to his
forever.
family?
Not from us, and not from your lies!
Maria. My love.
Alright. So now we're loading out of this sequence. That was horrible sequence. Thanks to the person who put it on the Steam discussion forum how to fix this. But we're in a problem now. We've got some memory sync completions showing this animation very slowly. And I need to go back and set the affinity to use all the processors.
Excellent news, Claudia. I now have a name.
Here's a video.
Manuel Paleologos,
And you know this is a
nephew of the
video.
deposed Byzantine
Not
Emperor
an engine
Constantine.
at all.
I have few doubts that he is
So
the
if
man
it is a
leading the
video, why
Templars.
not show the
My
background?
task now is to interrogate a traitorous janissary named Tarek Barletti.
A single core
Find the
can
location
easily
of
run
the
a video.
Templars' army.
It's mostly just
Until
my
then,
GPU graphics
Sophia
card
and I
doing
will
that
continue our
anyways.
search for the one key that remains hidden. With every passing moment, I know my chances grow slimmer. And yet I cannot help but linger some days to stay an extra hour with her. To hear her voice and watch her face animate with joy
Ezio is
as she
falling in
speaks
love
of
with
the things
Sophia.
that move her.
Perhaps the
Her
first...
books, her city,
No, I
her
mean, you can't really
memories.
say that it's the first
I cannot help but
mature
think what a
romance
shame it
he's
will be
had
when I
because
find the final key.
he really did love the other woman that he couldn't marry because he had to become an assassin. And I guess he's now changing his mind. And now we're back to the slideshow because of the processor. Don't worry, we'll fix this in a second. Just wanted to show that in the main part of the game, the main engine, which, by the way, that was in the same application. It was just something different. Something different as far as probably a previous version of the same thing. So we Alt-Tab out and set affinity to all processors, CPU up to CPU 11 because it starts at 0. Hit OK and back in. And we're back. We're back and we're good and we're fine. That is really ridiculous that a game that is relatively new. Like, games should easily at this level be multi-threaded. There's really no excuse. I mean, I'm trying to think of an excuse, I'm trying to think of something, but there's no way that when this came out for the Xbox 360, which has a multi-threaded, multi-cored CPU, that it would need a single core. It's just that this game is programmed so poorly. I don't understand why there's a target here. We just get these random targets. Alright, DNA time. That was sequence 7 that we just... Well, sequence 5, memory 7. Now it's sequence 6. And I guess we just start the memory. Look at these giant chess pieces that are being used. Somebody animated those.
That's not a legal move. It is a European variation. Arocco.
It's interesting, but not exactly fair when you play by different rules than your opponent.
He still hasn't grown a beard.
You may think differently when you are Sultan. Shall I take it back?
Suleiman, I know it has been hard on you watching your father
It's
and me.
Very
over the
much
Yazid's
important to
throne.
point out that Ezio does
Grandfather has
not
chosen
give
you,
a
and has
damn
led this
about
economy.
any of the things happening in this
What is
city.
there to argue about?
Like, he just assumes
Your
that
father and I
the
were
assassins
close once.
were handling
His
things
cruelty
here,
and
and
ambition
he only
have
came
made-
to
I
get the
have
keys.
heard the rumors.
We've paid no attention to this
I
story.
have a meeting with the viziers.
It's been skipped
Shall we
for
continue another time?
Whenever you
for
like.
at least 5 entire memories. It's played no role. The fact that it's coming back into...
Tarek has been selling guns to a local miser, Manuel Paleologos.
Paleologos. That is a sad sound. The last Byzantine emperor was Constantine Paleologos. If his heir is arming a militia of some kind, this conflict will escalate.
Tarek knows where the rifles are headed. If I find him first, I can follow the weapons straight to the Byzantines.
He will be with his janissaries in their barracks. So if you want to get close, you will have to be one yourself.
Not a problem.
Güzel. Get the information you need. Then kill him.
Are you sure? You told me Tarek and your father were close friends, Suleiman.
This is true, but such naked treason against my grandfather deserves death.
Intesi.
So you kind of get the feeling now that maybe the prince is the bad guy, and maybe a Templar. Alright, assassinate a target from a hiding spot. Ezio wants to interrogate Tarek. So here we go. Locate the janissaries. You can press B to carry dead bodies and drop it strategically to attract people. Do I really need the game to tell me that this far in the gameplay? Or better yet, could I have the game perhaps not mess with me as far as trying to climb up tables? Alright, I'm going to try to throw knives and also try to hold and throw a weapon if I see anybody I can throw it at. Let's see. Like, there's no way I'm gonna hit that guy. I have no... Like, maybe I could hit him this way? This will be an interesting attempt. Nope! No, he just kind of throws it in the general forward direction. We do want to air assassinate if we can pull that off. Doesn't seem like we can. I'm kind of mourning the fact that I couldn't just rage quit. Let's see. Target located. Kill the isolated droid guy without being protected.
My patience is wearing thin.
Alright. So I need to smoke bomb. And then So what was I supposed to do? Like, I thought I would make a big smoke bomb and then I would be able to assassinate him. And then the game totally screwed them up for me. We're locked on this guy. We have this. Do we have...
My patience is wearing thin.
And then... And then I'm detected again. Well, the challenge here was to kill somebody from a hiding spot. So let's do this. And as far as other bombs, I don't have any. So should I move? Or should this guy... Like, can I get into a crowd?
Find new apprentices to help in the shop.
Like, I'm not in the crowd right now.
Some of the finest. As is my husband's skill at work, so I am not surprised.
If I poison them, maybe I could do that.
I only wish we had been this busy when the stores were about. Then we would have kept our sons here with us. God willing, they are finding life bearable at sea.
So we'll just come over here and hide, I guess. While he's dying. Is standing in a crowd considered a hide spot? Hide the body in the haystack, don't be detected.
Hard to trace. Witnesses? Hey, HTV! I want to talk to you. Did you see what happened? One more problem from you, and I'd put another notch in my belt.
And let's see if either one of these guys decide to come back towards the body. That's exactly what they're doing. Here's another hide spot I guess I could have come to.
How does he do?
Yeah, this really doesn't feel like the exact way I was supposed to do this. And I was detected. Yeah, kind of for the first time we're really having to try to do a mission and struggle. Or we're actually struggling with a mission.
Brothers, eat me! Keep your hands where I can see them.
Let's see. So this guy is here. And I don't have like a whistle or anything. And I can't even do anything while I'm in this current position. I guess I could hire them. And maybe they could allow me to just walk to this guy.
Why is it speed? What happened?
And so I've got two Romani girls keeping everybody not seeing the fact that I'm carrying this guy's body. How that works, I don't know. And we're kind of just moving forward in the story.
Selim understands our plight. The Byzantines, the Mamluks,
Yeah, I don't
the
have to push
Safavid.
anything right now.
Only he has the courage to face these threats.
So I don't know if I'm
Listen,
in a crowd
Selim is a
of
warrior, like Osman and
other
Mehmet.
assassins in disguise, or if I'm
So why
in a
has our
crowd of
Sultan
regular
chosen a
people.
cat over our life?
A killer stalks our streets without conscience.
Ahmed shares the Sultan's calm temperament. They are too much alike, I
have
feel.
dedicated their lives to the protection of the Empire.
Let's see, we're
Return the
just
favor and find this
kind of
killer before he
walking and
strikes
talking,
again.
although not really talking.
Woe betide the murderer.
I guess it's a good thing I've gotten all of the Animus data fragments and collectibles, loot chests, because I wouldn't want any of that. What just happened?
Shit. Go on, get
Beat up the harassing guy.
You are not
So they had me beat up a bad guy, a good guy, or just a citizen to keep my cover. You don't see too much of that in Assassin's Creed, honestly.
Why does Ahmed linger in the city? He knows he's not wanted.
I'm trying to get
He is
Locke
like a
back
moth
in here so I
hovering
don't have
around
to
an
actually
open
walk.
flame, waiting for his father to perish.
Apparently,
so that he may
it's
step
not
to the
going to
throne.
lock me in now. There we go.
Did you hear he offered Tarek a sum of money in exchange for our loyalty?
God damn! What did...
Kardesh Larim, one of our own was found murdered and stripped of his garments not an hour ago. His body dumped like a mound of rubbish. Keep a close watch on these streets as you move about. Someone is planning to strike in our name. We must be ready.
So this
Any
might
news from
actually be
north?
the assassin. Tarek's turn.
Selim's
without
forces
warning.
have fallen back to Varna. Heavy losses, I'm told.
So into a tent or haystack to be
I pray for a
invisible to
swift
your
conclusion.
enemies. Alright, so
Yes,
here's
but
the
in
thing.
which
I'm
direction?
going to go
I cannot say.
in
My heart sides with
and
Sultan,
out
but my head hopes for Selim.
so nobody can see me. And you can see he's just kind of sitting down in there, and that means they actually animated that, which seems a little weird.
Have you met Selim's young son, Shehzadeh Suleiman?
Not personally, but I have seen him. I know he is a remarkable boy.
So only the guards
Not a boy, but a
are gonna
capable
look
young man with a magnificent
suspicious if
mind.
you're alone.
Does he take after his father?
That kid, though I
Let's
suspect
see, I think
he
these
is
guys are
another
just gonna
man altogether.
press X to assassinate a nearby guard undetected. I don't think I can do that. Here's a guard. Here's a guard. So this game still has this very weird sentimentality of splitting guards. So this looks like I could probably climb up here and be safe. Like, am I gonna catch anybody's attention if I do this? Unless there's somebody up here that I catch their attention from. Let's see. So either I want, like, I guess I can assassinate this guy, but I shouldn't. Like, I think I once was in this section and assassinated somebody, and I think that's the continuation here, or the general idea is that we're doing it again.
Stop you! Hey, that wouldn't happen to be something about you will not get away. I have got the
So it didn't quite get there. How far? Like, they want me to kill somebody from the behind.
Any news?
There it is. What's with all the audio?
Selim's forces have fallen back to Varna. Heavy losses, I'm told.
Olacak şey değil, değil mi? I pray for a swift conclusion.
Yes, but in which direction?
I cannot say. My heart sides with our Sultan, but my head hopes for Selim.
So we need that walking team to walk us through the first two guards. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you get into the next section.
Sultan Bayezid is a good man and a kind sultan, but he has lost the fire that made him great.
So you have all these janissaries,
No,
these
no, he's
guards.
still a fighter. Look at the army he has raised against Selim.
They're divided on their loyalty,
Take up arms against his own son?
which in that scenario it would make sense if the younger son was going to try and take power, for him
It was
to
Selim who attacked our Sultan.
do it from plotting sneaky ways.
But Selim did it so for the glory of the empire, not himself.
I guess we'll try this direction. Alright. Here's what I want to do. I want to grab this guy and pull him in. I want to come over here. Grab this guy. Grab this guy. Now I don't see a path to walk back down that way. So there's a guard that's running this direction. And I'm hoping I can just not get seen. In a weird way, it seems like they do want me at that point. Interesting. I had to go here.
A message for you.
This secondary bad guy with no characterization.
Manuel garrisoned his army. And our men,
When you think about all the Borgia people, the sister, the father that became the Pope,
everything is falling into place.
brothers, there was like 5 Borgias we were fighting for a long time, and those characters were so much better written. Kill Tarkberg. So here's what we want to do. Unless I get zoomed in on, I should be able to do this. Which I guess this does kind of prove that I did. It was at this point. There we go. that I did this. And this is a really cool assassination. It's one of the best ones I've seen.
Irony. Is this the result of
But it's
Suleiman's
simplistic.
You collude with the Sultan's enemies. What did you expect would come of such treachery?
I blame myself. Not for treason, but hubris. I was preparing an ambush. Preparing to strike the Byzantine Templars where they felt safest.
What proof do you have of this?
See, here.
So apparently...
This will lead you to the Byzantines in Cappadocia. Destroy them.
So he's saying he was gonna kill the
You have done
Templars.
well, Tariq. Forgive me.
Protect my homeland, assassin.
He's not an actual assassin.
Allah, Ashkina.
Here we have the
Redeem
first
the
mention
honor
of Allah.
we have lost in this fight.
Maybe it was mentioned one other time, but we've heard God been translated several times. Alright, time to escape the tyrannies here. Alright. Time to run. Every single mission ends this way. And let me tell you, it's not great. Oh, by the way, I don't have any assassins right now. I suppose that's maybe because I have... So, we do have the hook and run ability, so maybe I could try that if I run into anybody. Like, I suppose we could try that. Get out of my way. Get out of my way, all you citizens.
We'll get him, don't worry.
They keep chasing me, and because they keep chasing me, the circle is getting longer. We've escaped the area. I'll do that. Can we become invisible? Did anybody see us?
All hail our great defender.
And I just magically appear on top of the hay bale. And I'm also back into my regular weapons and stuff. And let's just buy a bunch of medicine since we've got both enough and not enough money at the same time. Alright. What to do, what to do. Can we do anything else? The way the story is playing out, yeah, we can't do anything. We're just running to the memory. Like, there's nothing else to worry about. I could go to the tailor, I could go to the bookshop, I could try to go to a bank and get some money, but at the end of the day, none of that really matters. We just need to move the story forward.
Murderer! There! Hell! We must get out of here.
Hire those mercenaries to try and save me some frustration. I don't need to hire the Romanis anymore. I do need to hire the thieves. I suppose in that chase sequence, the hook and run as a concept starts to show some sense. Oh, wait a minute. There is a Sophia memory. So let's go do the Sophia memory. There's one more book to collect and one more secret thing to do. I suppose the Sophia memories are optional. I definitely do need to go to a tailor though and buy some more parachutes. But why in the world would you skip them? If anything, I would skip half of the other missions.
Something about that white hood must be somewhere. So familiar. Hold the moment of...
When all else fails, Arrow Storm.
Enjoying the poem?
Who were these men he condemned to hell?
Political opponents. Men who wronged him.
This is Dante's
Alighieri's
Inferno.
quill cuts deeply, no?
See, it is a subtle way to seek revenge.
Ezio, I plan to make a trip to Andrianople in a few weeks to visit a new printing press there.
That should be fun.
It is a 5 or 6 day ride from here, and I will need an escort.
Prego.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are a busy man.
Sophia, I would love to accompany you, but my time is running short.
That is true for all of us. Well, I can try to solve this last code now, but I need to run an errand before sundown. Can you wait a day?
What do you need?
It is silly, but a bouquet of fresh flowers. White tulips, specifically.
I can get you the flowers. Nessun problema.
Are you sure?
It will be a nice change of pace.
Bene. Meet me in the park east of Hagia Sophia, and we will trade. Flowers for information.
Well, this sounds like it's gonna be a pretty boring level if all we have to do is pick up flowers. Visit the florist and buy some flowers. Alright. There's not been any dedicated florist in these games, and thank goodness for that.
You will not get off so easily.
I need to find somebody to bribe or something. Like, can I find a herald to bribe to lure? Or perhaps, you know, just have a... I hear a herald, so there shouldn't be.
Casualties are reported. Topcover reminds all that such disregard for public order will have grave consequences when the ringleaders are caught. Due to his recent fiery misfortune in the Grand Bazaar,
Like I can't bribe him. Alright. Alright, moving forward. Perhaps we can throw some money.
Oh, that is not important.
Distract everybody with money. There's the florist. Or the florist, if you pronounce that correctly. There. If I'm gonna shoot this, it won't. I think this won't work. The targeting is horrible. And once you pull the trigger, you're stuck. Well, I guess that's one way to get there. Here's a face of a character that may have been reused in a few places.
You look like a man with money to spend. What do you need, Dostum?
Tulips, white, if you have them.
Ah, tulips. Forgive me, but I am fresh out. Something else, perhaps?
It is not my call, unfortunately.
All right, listen. I may know where to get fresh tulips. You wait here, and I will return. 1 hour, 2 at most.
I am not waiting an hour.
So, Tail the Florist. Like, this is really silly to end up tailing the florist. Can the guy not just get it over with and try and stab me so we can move?
Have we met before? Hey, hold on.
Because I really need that assassin Templar awareness to be turned down. In Assassin's Creed 2, I believe there's an achievement for getting a broom off these sweeper characters. And then you use the broom once you bump into the guy you to sweep or attack other people. So when I died, guess what happened? My awareness went way down. And there have been many instances where things like that have happened, where I failed for some random reason, and then it seems kind of easy afterwards. I'm not sure if all of that is Templar awareness. Some of it very possibly is just that there's some gotchas, quite a few gotchas, in the gameplay design. And what do we think we're gonna find? We're gonna follow this florist. We're going to find that he's stealing flowers from like the Sultan or something, cutting them off. The white rose things like right here, except for probably the bigger ones. Let's see. It's a shame I can't kill that scholar right now, but I don't need to either. Of course, if this guy turns around for a second, he'll see me. Probably. That's what I thought.
You know the old mill near Balat? The rabbi was thinking of selling it since the leasing miller passed away.
Rabbi?
He also wants to retire soon, so I made
Pick 3 white tulips.
Indeed, it seems everyone wants drawings. Drawings of iron.
Yes, so these plants were cool. I mean, the idea of having different hay bales for the 4th game makes sense. It keeps things varied, but it confuses the issue too. Remember, this whole game is a simulation inside a simulation inside the Animus, so the idea, I wonder if I was supposed to pick the best tulips possible with the eagle vision. Not really. So the idea of the hay bales always being hay bales would be fine. So meet with Sophie and continue just to sick assassins on people.
Assassin! Somebody stop him!
I don't even have to take the brunt of that. Can I grab this guy now? Now my awareness is almost down to 0. But I don't know if it's fully down to 0. Takes money. What do I care? My luck on these guys, and there you go. Send out some more assassins. There's a challenge for that, to do that. That's why I'm doing it. Plus, it's kind of funny. Sort of funny. The weird thing about these Assassin's Creed games is they get better and longer, and there's more of them. They start making less of the actual gameplay part of the gameplay.
What is this?
Instead, they just give you a way to skip elements that were bad, which is not a bad idea, really.
Che belli, grazie.
As long as you can put in some new elements that are slightly better.
I wanted to thank you for letting me play a small role in your adventure.
A small role is enough for this adventure, believe me.
You are a mystery, Ezio Auditore.
Mi dispiace. I do not mean to be.
It is fine. È affascinante.
Sembra squisito.
Why, thank you.
Any luck with the final code?
Ah, the code, see. I solved it many hours ago. You will get it soon enough.
And in previous Assassin's Creed games, this would probably be a full-on, definitely implied sex scene. But it's only left to the viewer's imagination. You could assume that they made mad, passionate love here in this field in front of everybody, or you could assume that they just had a lovely picnic. It's to your own discretion there. In fact, you're probably better guessing that they just had a picnic. So maybe there will be a kiss, maybe there will be something else. How much, I wonder, is in the bank right now? A decent amount of money. And no new outfits or anything. DNA-wise, we are on... After having to deal with the problems, we have 4 more memories for sequence 6. I think there's a sequence 7, and that's kind of all that. Oh my god, I don't even really want to waste my time looking at the challenges. We can just kind of overlook all of them and see that, yeah, there's still a lot to do on all of those. Also, I need to return to the Animus Island. That's definitely the next thing we'll do. We need to do another one of those memories and get that done. Well, that's it for this recording. It's been a buggy one. It doesn't seem like there's any other specific place where it very consistently crashes. So if we get any random crashes, we should be fine. We very possibly will just play through the rest of the game and not run into any crashes at all. That's it for this recording though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.